I have like 28 more work days. Counting down, 28 more work days. Alrighty guys, we are here for the Advent Calendar series. We usually post this the first Sunday of the month, but me and Charmaine have both had really crazy Aprils. I know it's May, but we're like right at the beginning of May, so we've just been having a rough time kind of catching up. Especially me, I helped my mom move, and that was a process. If you guys have not watched the vlogs, go check them out. She only moved down a floor, so it wasn't something that had to get done in like one weekend, like a traditional move, but it was something that had to get done over 3 weeks, like, and it was up and downstairs and up and downstairs, and I was quite exhausted. So I have not been able to read the book club book. So that's why today is not a book club video, because usually I book club videos on Mondays. Neither of us got to film the Advent calendar in time. So me and Charmaine were like, well, you know what? It's perfect. We'll make it Monday's video since we don't have a book club video and it's still book related. So usually every first Sunday of the month, me and Charmaine unwrap 2 books from our Advent calendar. This is something we started last year. So this is our second year doing this. And basically we wrapped 24 books like a month before Christmas, and it was like a Christmas gift to ourselves, except we try to use the things we already have. So we use the books that are in our TBR, it's books we haven't read or to be read, and we fill it with bookmarks we already own, self-care items we already own, little treats we already own, and we put it in these little flaps, and it's like a cute little gift we get to open each month to ourselves throughout the year. So that is what I'll be doing in this video. Definitely go check out my friend Charmaine's. I'll be linking hers down below. So I had told Joe, I said, just pick 2 random books at the top of my shelf. Mine are all at the top. So I have no idea what these are. I do have little note cards to see if I guess. I believe I guessed accurately last month, at least on one of the books. I remember it being like very Nicholas Sparks. I wasn't sure about the exact book, but I knew it was a Nicholas Sparks book. I'm a hot mess, and I just dropped the book. All right, shy librarian in a small town with a great cause. Heart-squeezing, charming story about grief, love, and a power of community. A Good Morning American buzz pick. Contemporary romance. And I do know which one this is. I forgot the name of the book. I think it's Dead End Library or something like that. This was actually in my Advent calendar last year. So the goal is when we unwrap them, we read those 2 books for the month. But you guys know I haven't been putting a lot of pressure on myself because I am now a student again. I started college classes in January, so I haven't been able to read physical books as much. Thank God I'm still able to enjoy reading through audio, thanks to Charmaine, because she shares her app with me. So because I never got to read it last year's Advent calendar, I said, oh, I'll throw it in for this year's. So let's see if I'm right. Well, I'll show you guys the goodies first, though. So we have a spa treatment face mask that's hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is supposed to be super moisturizing for the skin. Yeah, it says alleviates visible dryness, soothing 15-minute facial therapy. Then we have some teas. We have the salted caramel yummy tea, and we have organic calm chamomile tea. The girl could use some organic calm, so maybe I should try that out. And then I usually always include some stickers because I have been wanting to do a book journal. Unfortunately, I have not started it yet. It might be like a cute little summer project for me since I'm a teacher and I have summers off. I can always catch up, like backtrack and do books I've read since January because I haven't been keeping track of it on my Goodreads. That is one thing I've been sticking with this year. And the book I have is Reading is My Favorite Sport. So these little stickers like this are perfect to add to my little book journals. And it is my favorite sport because I don't play sports. My friend sent me a snap the other day. She bought rackets and she was saying how she wanted to like play tennis. And I was like, good for you, girl, because my version of sports is me sitting outside and reading a book. And she started laughing. And then I always include a Gigi and Bo bookmark. You guys know I love Gigi and Bo. She is a small business that started on Etsy and now has her own website. She's doing amazing things. She started as just like a bookmark sticker company, and now she is branching out. She is becoming a whole little boutique. She's going to start selling tote bags, candles, bookish sweaters, Kindle charms, pop sockets, a bunch of cool stuff. The items have not dropped yet. She's in the process of doing that. But from what she says on her Instagram, it's going to be up really soon. So I will link her website down below. I'll link her Instagram if you guys want to follow along with her journey and see when it's going to become available. Her bookmarks are now different. I don't do the lamination anymore. I get her cardstock because now she gets it through a printing company. So they're like very thick and sturdy and they have a beautiful sheen to them. But I still love her older bookmarks. This was like part of her teacher collection and I loved it with all the crayons. She always matches the tassel and you can't get her bookmarks customized. So you can still get it laminated, unlaminated, tassel, no tassel. Absolutely amazing, small, woman-owned, bookish business to support if you're a reader or have a reader in your life. So check out all that info down below. And I am now a GGBO influencer. So I have my own code. It's TAY10. If you guys want to use that, you would take 10% off. So that is everything, I believe, with this book. I think my flaps are empty unless I find a sticker. Sometimes I find a rogue sticker as I unwrap it. So let's see. I believe the name of the book is Dead End Library. And I specifically remember it being like a librarian. And I literally remember reading the description last year because I did the advent calendar last year. And I remember thinking like, oh, it's not just about romance. There's actually, I like when there's like more to the, I like romance, but I like when there's a little more to the story. And it says that it also deals with grief. And it says she's like shy. And then there's somebody in her hometown from like her childhood. And you can tell it's like he likes her and she likes him kind of thing. So let's see. Oh, it's the Last Chance Library. I knew it was something along those lines by Freya Sampson. So yeah, it says lonely librarian Jude Jones has never left the sleepy English village where she grew up. Shy and reclusive, the 28-year-old would rather spend her time buried in books than venture out into the world. But when her library is threatened with closure, June is forced to step out from behind the shelves to save the heart of her community and the place that holds the dearest memories of her mother. Joining a band of eccentric yet dedicated locals in a campaign to keep the library, June opens herself up to people for the first time since her mother died. It just so happens that her old school friend Alex Chen is back in town and willing to lend a helping hand. The kind-hearted lawyer's feelings for her are obvious to everyone but June, who won't believe that anyone could ever care for her in that way. To rescue the place and the books that mean so much to her, June must finally make some changes in her life. And maybe in fighting for her cherished library, June can save herself too. And this has been something I've been wanting to read. It's been on my list for a while. Hopefully, I have like 28 more work days. Countdown, 28 more work days. Anyway, and then I will have a lot more free time. I definitely want to read a shit ton this summer because I miss reading a physical book. So that was the first one I unwrapped. Here is the next one. This one is a thick boy. This one's definitely a little bit bigger. Let's see if I can guess what it is. New York Times bestseller. I wonder if it's hardcover. Riveting drama, thought-provoking tale on the dangers of prejudice. Oh, I think I know what it is, but I don't remember the name of the book. That's the problem. 3 viewpoints, and I love dual points of view. Quote of the book: does she obey orders or does she intervene? I know exactly what it is, but I don't know what it's called. Something, little things or small things. Oh my God, but it's about I know exactly where I got this. I got this at a local bookstore to me. It was a used copy. When I unwrap it, we'll see. I'm almost certain. And it's basically about a nurse. I believe she's Black. And she works in the NICU. So it's like with babies. And one of the parents of the baby does not want her working with his baby. Racist motherfucker. And so she doesn't. She's like, okay. But then the baby goes into like AFib or whatever, the baby needs to be cared for. It's gonna die, basically. And it's like either she follows orders and she lets the baby die, or she jumps in and saves that baby's life. Let's see if I'm right. Let's show the goodies first. And I had the book in my hand at the local bookstore, and a girl happened to walk by, and she's like, oh my God, that book is incredible. If you have not read it, I highly recommend it. She's like, I love that author. And I was like, oh, really? I've never read anything by her. And she's like, oh my God, please get the book. She was like, and then she recommended another book, and I wrote it in my notes app on my phone. So I'm really excited to unwrap this. So the face mask we have is a rose petal face mask with raspberry seed oil. I definitely need some self-care too. Like, I'm just dying for a little bit of a break so I have just more free time to focus on me. Then I have a book that says I would rather be reading, which is so true. Sadly, I don't have time for it. I love the sticker. I love what it says. I love how cute it is. Then we have another salted caramel yummy tea. And we have a strawberry hibiscus herbal tea. I love these from Great Value. You get a big box. It's like $5. So worth it. Then we have another Gigi and Bo bookmark. And this one is like a very like Y2K, late 90s style bookmark that I love. I remember drawing these S's on like my stationery back in the day when I was in like middle school. We have the old school floppy disks. Oh my god, I haven't seen those in forever. I just saw a post on Facebook and it said something like, if you ever used a I've never used it. Do you know the phones where you have to like spin the dial? I forgot what those are called. Rotary. If you've ever used a floppy disk, if you've ever used a VHS tape, a Walkman, a boombox, shared this status. And there were some things that were a little past my time. Like I never used VHS tapes. I've seen them. My parents used them and they would use it like in the car. I never physically used them, but I did come from the generation that used floppy disks and boombox and all those things. I'm like a weird in between. I didn't grow up with a lot of technology, but by the time I hit high school, there was already smartphones and iPods. But I love this. Oh my god, and these shoes are coming back. The Lizzie McGuire shoes. The Yin and Yang is coming back. I feel like 90s Y2K is definitely coming back. The Tumakachis or whatever those are called. The lava lamps. But yes, I love, love, love this bookmark. And I'm filming this late, guys, so you're probably not editing out the calls. I just have had no free time, sadly. I miss having free time. I'm like waiting for June 14th. All right, so let's unwrap this and see if I'm right. I wish I remembered what the name of the book was, but when I read the description, that's how we'll know if I'm right, because I just suck with book titles, but I know what the book is. Even I said, what did I say? Dead End Library, and it was actually Last Chance Library. So like, does that count as me like knowing the book? I don't know. Do you count it if the title's wrong? It's not hardcover. I can feel it. It is actually paperback. It felt like a little hard. Okay, I was going to say, and I feel like I'm small, great things. I did say small things. And yes, I was going to say, I knew once I saw the author, I would like remember it. I don't want to even pronounce that, but I know she has a huge following. She's a very big author. She's written a lot of books. So I'm sure some of you have read her writings before, but it says right here, Ruth Jefferson, a labor and delivery nurse, begins a routine checkup on a newborn, only to be told a few minutes later that she's been reassigned to another patient. The parents are white supremacists and don't want Ruth, who is African American, to touch their child. The hospital complies, but the next day the baby goes into cardiac distress while Ruth is alone in the nursery. Does she obey orders or does she intervene? Ruth hesitates before performing CPR and as a result is charged with a serious crime. Kennedy McQuarrie, a white public defender, takes her case, but Kennedy insists that mentioning race in the courtroom is not a winning strategy. Conflicted by Kennedy's counsel, Ruth tries to keep life as normal as possible, especially for her teenage son. As the trial moves forward, Ruth and Kennedy come to see that what they've been taught their whole lives about others and themselves might be wrong. If any of you guys, wow, it is definitely a thicker book too. If any of you guys have read this book, please let me know, because I know it's very popular. It's been a lot of book club books. Maybe I'll recommend this a book club, because there's even like reader guides, questions in the back. I think this is the one that girl recommended, A Spark of Light. That sounds really familiar. If you've read this book in particular, or if you've read this author and recommend any others, please let me know. I'm definitely curious to check it out. But I am super excited to read this. Yeah, it's 503 pages. So it is a thick boy. And it does have 3 points of view, because one chapter is Ruth, one chapter is Turk. I don't even know who Turk is. And then, let me see if I can find who the third point of view is. I see Ruth again. Turk. I did put 3 points of view, didn't I? Yeah. I wonder if it's like maybe only at the end of the book or only at the beginning. Oh, Kennedy. So that is the three: Kennedy, Ruth, and Turk. Kennedy is her lawyer. Yep. I wonder who Turk is. Is Turk the son? Could be. I guess I'll know when I read it. But again, if you guys read this book, let me know. Or read anything by this author, please let me know. I'm trying to think what else she's written. I feel like she read... Is she the one that wrote My Sister's Keeper? I think so. The one that turned into the movie. And again, I could be saying the title wrong because I suck with titles. But it's like the one where it's like a sister is like two daughters, one's dying of cancer, so the sister has to like donate her bone marrow, and then you learn that they kind of basically only had the second daughter to like save the first. And from what I read the book, I'm sorry, I did not read the book. I watched the movie and I loved it, and someone told me that the book is incredible and the ending is completely different. I hope I'm talking about the same author. If not, I sound silly right now. I'll have to look it up. I was trying to see if they had, like... Because sometimes they have, like, about the author. And it'll say, like, what her most famous books are. But I'm not seeing that right now. But anyway, go check out my friend, Sharmaine. I will be linking her down below. Definitely curious to see what two she opens. Sometimes we recommend these for book club. Sometimes we just read it for ourselves. Definitely reading this for myself no matter what. But I might recommend this for book club because it might be a really good one. It touches upon a lot of really cool, great, I don't know if great or cool is the word, but a lot of thought-provoking things. I think that's a great way to word it. But that is it for this video. You are seeing it on Book Club Monday, but normally it's a first Sunday of the month kind of video. Tuesdays and Thursdays are unboxings and hauls. Wednesdays, What's Up Wednesday. So it can be different every week. Friday is usually my vlog. You guys follow me around for the week. I can't wait. Once I'm on summer break, I have a lot of fun and cool things planned. Hoping, you know, if I got the money. Even if I'm just sitting in my backyard and reading, I am happy. But it'll be more fun than me just checking in before work, checking in after work. But you guys have been seeming to enjoy, you know, the everyday lives too of my vlogs, and I appreciate that. And then Saturdays is my outfits of the week, so I do plus size fashion content. And once in a blue moon on a Sunday, I will sprinkle in a bonus video or a self-care Sunday video. I do have some try-on hauls I need to film, so those will probably go up on Sundays, so that's like my free day. So I do post at least 6 days a week, if not 7. If any of that sounds good to you, definitely consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you're notified next time I upload. If you like me, you like the video, give the video a thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to check out my friend Sharmaine. She is linked down below. And be safe, guys.